Welcome to another edition of Inside Rebel Football. It's Week 10. Believe it or not, it is indeed Week 10. Seems like, Coach, not too long ago, we were just starting out with Week 1. 49-18, a victory against the Ouachita Lions, your big rival, at the Lions Den, and they tell me it's 89, not just district wins, but 89 straight district wins.
That's unbelievable.
It really.
It's very humbling to be a part of that many. It really is. And
well, you've been a big part of those.
But you look back and that's a lot of preparations. That's a lot of preparations. And our kids always find a way to not let the previous years influence them. They want their own identity. They don't want to lean on someone else's. So what we're going to do, what's our legacy going to be? And they've upheld it pretty good.
Well, they have. You know, somebody asked me before the game, they said, well, what do you think's more difficult, to try to maintain the streak, the team that's been winning, or is there more pressure on the opposing team? And I think there's pressure on both.
Oh, certainly it is. It's just like that. Is it easier to climb the hill and get on top, or is it easier to stay on top, or what is it? What is? Well, they're both difficult. Every game is important. Every game is different. You can't overlook any district team. I mean, you've got to prepare week to week and hope that you get better week to week. You never want to reach that plateau. And that's what I tell the kids all the time. You're either getting better or you're getting worse. You never get to an even keel as a football player. And I believe that. And hopefully it keeps them working a little harder.
Well, where are the Rebels right now on that plane?
Well, I just hope that we didn't regress this week. That's always the fear at a game like this. We know that Natchitoches is not a very good football team. They're capable of putting points on the board because of the skill people. Real good speed at running back, good quarterback. You've heard that old story before. Big bruising fullback.
They've had some over the years.
But they give up a lot of points too. And we're going to put points on the board, and we're going to certainly limit what they do offensively. And I just hope that we will continue to improve and not go out there and play to their level.
49-18 against Ouachita, and really it was 49-6. It was 28-0. I mean, what's going through your mind?
Man, I'm overjoyed. I am. I'm jumping up and down on the sidelines because I thought it was really going to be tough. I did, and when we scored that first one, then we come back and got the recovery of the kickoff.
Yeah.
And go put another one on the board. And I mean, at that point in time, I know they've got to be down, and I know our kids are excited about that. We go ahead and score two more, and then we give them kind of an easy one. We don't give them. I mean, it's a mistake, and it's a game of mistakes. We take a wrong angle. You ever heard that word?
I've heard that word.
It's a game of angles.
I've heard that word.
Be intelligent, make an intelligent angle, and we didn't do that. Had we done that, it would have been a bit of a gainer, but we would have made the tackle.
But that's basically the only play you gave up when the Stars were in.
That's right. Then that was a big play, and but we came back and shoot, that's football, and played well. We were able to play a lot of kids in the second half, and that's good. That's a great thing. I mean. They scored a couple of times when we had 2s and 3s in there, but again, what I always say, you can't do better than win. You can't do better than win.
And that experience your backups
and exactly, that's one of the reasons that I think we have some continuity from one year to the next. Even though you think it's going to be a rebuilding year, it's last year's backups in a lot of cases that now become this year's starters, and they've had that experience in big ball games. And that's one of the primary reasons that we like to put, as soon as the game we think is in hand, we want to start substituting and put other guys in the game.
Yeah, it's good to see those guys. And Coach, I remember.
Well, it makes them practice harder.
Well, it does, because they know they're going to get an opportunity.
Yes, that's right.
You know, I remember talking way back in 1998 about how that team really prepared each and every week, and you didn't see much of a letdown. This year, your football team doesn't seem to take many teams for granted, and they've started strong in big games.
Well, that's we talk about that. We've talked a lot of times about meeting the other team's surge, and I think you may have mentioned it that it seems like we're the team that go out and has the big surge, and that's great. I like that. I'd much rather play with the lead than I had play with a deficit.
Well, that's certainly what your team has been playing with most of the year. And how about your kicker? I think we're going to have him on the show a little bit later on. Reese Altman.
Reese Altman.
I think he's going to be on the show. But how about those sky kicks?
It's something that we work on all the time, and he's gotten better and better at doing it. You know, you want it as high as you can get it. You'd like to drop it just beyond the 25-yard line, somewhere between the hash and out of bounds. But you don't want it to go out of bounds. You want it to stick there. And now he's gotten where he puts a little English on it with a backspin.
Well, he's been good.
And it's very good. That's right. It's something that he's really worked on, and our team's worked on it. Coach Ware gets the credit. He's done a great job.
Hey, we'll give Coach Ware the credit.
All the credit in the world. That's right.
Ouachita comes in, Coach, with a couple of running backs with over 1,000 yards on the season, and you just shut them down. How did you do it?
Well, you know, that's a team usually is either going to be pass-oriented or run-oriented, and they're one of those teams that's more run-oriented. So that's where we're going to put a lot of eggs in that basket.
Yeah, but they'd rushed for 2,600 yards. I mean, you didn't give up anything.
Well, a lot of it is what you have to evaluate. What's the level of competition that they played against? And they played some good people. They played Ruston and other folks that are good football teams. But our strong suit is stopping the run.
I'll say.
And we keep talking about our front seven, and we haven't played a front seven in a long time. Now, we do roll a safety down sometimes, and it becomes 7 or 8 or more people.
I understand.
But most of the time, it's 6, and we've got five in the secondary. And
so that front six has been
it's really
pretty
a
solid.
front six, yes. And then, of course, we got Chandler Moncrief back. Played him a few plays the other night.
He looked good.
And he really looked good. He was fired up. I know that.
I know he was happy to be back.
He was extremely happy to be back, and we were happy to have him back.
Well, Coach,
but what a job Luke Bell has done.
Oh man!
In Chandler's absence, what a great job.
That senior linebacker he's been outstanding.
And Tanner Zorn just keeps getting better and better every week, and that's a good thing to see.
Boy, it is a good thing to see. Those linebackers, they have really done the job too.
Yes.
Well, Coach, we're going to take a little break, and we're going to let you rest a little bit. Not that you need it, but we're going to bring you back a little bit later on in the show.
Very good.
All right, we'll duck away and be back with more Inside Rebel Football right after this.
Sanson Family Medicine, 32 of the best, most dedicated medical professionals in the area, assembled in a state-of-the-art medical clinic with in-house x-ray, lab, EKG, and more. We treat your whole family, from geriatrics to pediatrics, in their own building, and women's health from a woman's perspective. We treat everything, from sniffles to broken bones, from acute care to physicals and immunizations. Your complete clinic for the whole family, 7 days a week. Sanson Family Medicine, 2309 Arkansas Road, West Monroe.
The Graduate Shop has been serving Northeast Louisiana schools for over 50 years. We provide the highest quality class rings, letter jackets, graduation announcements and accessories, as well as caps and gowns. The Graduate Shop enjoys celebrating special recognitions with our schools, especially when they win a state championship ring. We strive to provide the best service to our schools and families as they capture these special memories. The Graduate Shop, serving our community with quality graduation products.
Hey Louisiana, do you want a great deal? Talk to Jim Taylor.
He can make it real in a Chevy.
At Jim Taylor Chevrolet, the Chevy Silverado is the right tool for the job to get tools to the job, big or small.
With plenty of cargo room, extended cab, towing capacity of 13,000 to 14,500 pounds, available easy lift and lower tailgate, and a 6-liter V8 engine.
You won't work harder, you'll work smarter. See your success with Jim Taylor Chevrolet in Rayville.
Build something unique. Find new roads.
The Home Improvement Outlet. keeps you building for less.
Right now at the Home Improvement Outlet, get all new GE appliances packed with refrigerator, freezers, oven, microwave in stainless or in black or white. The Home Improvement Outlet is your GE Showcase dealer. Get 12 months interest-free financing, or the no credit check option is available. We also carry major name brands like Frigidaire and Samsung. The Home Improvement Outlet can improve your home for less.
The Home Improvement Outlet keeps you building for less.
Welcome back to Inside Rebel Football. It's time to talk a little offense, and we have running backs coach. I got that right, didn't I?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Joe
sir.
Breen. Joe, welcome to the show once again, and congratulations on a big, big victory against the Ouachita Lions Friday night at the Lions Den.
I'm glad to be here and glad of that victory, I can tell you that. It's a good football team, a good football program. I mean, everybody knows the rivalry between the two schools has been going around forever, so I've been a part of it as a player and a coach, so I understand it.
Which is more fun, player or coach?
Man, I don't know. I don't know. You know, just like we're watching on film, and when we got a player running down the sideline, which was Cam scoring a touchdown, you see Coach Hunt and Coach Adams on the sideline going behind him. You know, one's throwing a haymaker, the other one's throwing a jab, and of course I'm hitting Coach Crislip up in the press box. So, you know, it's exciting on two different levels. You know, as a player, you know, all that stuff's going on, but as a coach, you know, you got to kind of keep it a little more bottled up until a situation like that happens. So it's fun both ways. It's hard to explain.
And then at that point, it's the kids trying to keep you guys from going onto the field and getting in the way.
Oh yeah,
huh?
oh yeah. Coach, you got to get back. You got to get back. Yeah.
Well, I've got to get your thoughts, Coach Breen, on the ease with which the Rebels seemed to win that game.
Well, you know, when we watch film, you know, we're all the time trying to figure out what happened here and what happened there. You know, and it's kind of like the Ruston game against Neville at the beginning of the year. You know, Ruston just jumped out on them really hard and really fast, and I think part of that happened at Ouachita. You know, we jumped out really quick, scored a touchdown. You know, then they had the punt that was bobbled. We got the ball back. Next thing you know, it's 21-0.
Yeah.
You know, and it's hard for a team to come back from that type of a deficit, even though they are very talented and a very good football team. It's hard to come back.
Well, that's true, and I guess, you know, Neville didn't recover in that game against I guess it was against Ruston.
It was against Ruston.
But they're obviously a good football team, and I think Ouachita's a good football team. Just a great win.
I think so, too. You know, and our kids never let up. You know, they kept on playing hard the whole ball game. You know, from the very first snap of the ball game all the way to the end of the ball game. Even our, you know, when our 2s and 3s got in near the end, they were playing hard, running backs running hard. And, you know, one point in time we thought he was going to break and score him a touchdown. So.
I did too. Well, Coach, you brought a couple of guys with you. You didn't bring any running backs, so you kind of threw me for a curve, or threw a curve at me. But introduce the young men you did
Well, we got
bring.
Reese is over there next to you. He's our kicker.
Reese Altman?
Yes, Reese Altman. And we got Sean McDonald over here next to me. He's playing center. He came in this past week and got his first start and did a really good job for us. So very pleased, very pleased.
Well, guys, welcome to the show. Got a little rapid-fire question to get things started off, and who's going first? Okay, Sean says you, Reese, so I guess that means you're up. All right, you ready to look at the camera with the red light on and tell me when you're ready?
I'm good.
All right, Reese Altman, kicker, senior, West Monroe High School. Longest field goal you've ever made?
Made 1 or 2 50-yarders.
Who's scarier, Jason or Freddy Krueger?
Jason.
What was the inspiration behind the annual wiffle ball tournament?
The first year I wanted to go on a mission trip to El Salvador, and I needed $1,000 to raise, and then just ever since then it's grown in the community, and each year we raise money for charity.
Toughest wiffle ball pitcher you faced?
Definitely Logan Green.
Favorite Halloween memory?
I would say one year I dressed up as a kicker. When I was like 2 or 3, we found the scrapbook the other day for our senior baby ads, and it just kind of
lo and behold,
look at here a few years later.
So I got to ask you, in your favorite Halloween costume?
I think one year I dressed up as an army person, had a face paint on and everything. I rocked it. I thought I was cool. I thought it was cool stuff back then.
I'm sure you were. Thanks, Reese. All right, Sean, you're up.
Yes, sir.
Junior offensive lineman Sean McDonald, and he is happy to be here, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, just wanted to make sure.
Yes, sir.
Kolaches or donuts?
Donuts.
Scariest movie you've ever seen?
The Nun.
The last time you went trick-or-treating?
Last year.
Someone you look up to?
My dad.
favorite Halloween memory?
Hay rides.
And the last Halloween costume you wore?
Dressed up as one of the people from The Purge.
All right. So. All right, guys. Well, again, welcome to the show. We just kind of do that to break the ice a little bit. Now, Reese, this is your second or third year to be on the team?
It's my second year.
Okay, so when did you take up football?
Took up my football my junior year, junior year of high school.
And when I say football, I mean, I know soccer is supposedly football, but around here, football is where you put on the helmet and the pads,
yes, sir.
At least as far as what we know. But I know you've always played soccer?
Yes, I did until my sophomore year of high school, and then I switched over to football.
Okay.
Real football.
And why the transition? What made you change?
Well, soccer and football overlapped, and so, I mean, I wasn't the best at soccer. But I love football, I love the atmosphere. I mean, growing up, my dad's a referee, growing up going to Tech games, and then I was like, hey, I want to play this. I didn't want to get hit, and so I was like, hey, let's be kickers since I can kick a football.
Hey, well, sometimes the kickers kind of mix it up a little bit on the returns and things.
I've gotten laid out a few times this year, but we don't talk about that.
Well, what is this thing called the sky kick? I mean, it seems like on the kickoffs that you're confusing opponents and nobody knows how to feel that. What's up with that?
Yeah, me and Coach Ware kind of got together and did that. We didn't want to put the balls in the deep returner's hands and then make a big play because a game can be won on special teams. So like, hey, let's kick it back to upmen guys who typically aren't your best players, but they can definitely block. So say, let's kick it to them. I put some backspin on the ball, hope the backspin goes straight through their hands, and we've recovered a few already, and they don't really return much at all either.
And, Coach, that's been a big weapon for the Rebels this year.
It's been a very big weapon for us. You know, it's hard sometimes for those up guys because they're looking to block somebody, or they're told to get to the wedge, or they're told to go somewhere. You know, and it's hard to hold your water sometimes and sit there and catch the football. You know, even when they see it, they're, that deer in the headlight look.
You know somebody's coming at you really quick, you know.
And it's coming a lot faster than when you're back deep. So, you know, they're concerned about the guys coming down the field. So it's a hard play to make.
All right, Sean McDonald burst on the scene. What, started the last couple of weeks?
Yes, sir, past 2 weeks.
And what's that been like? Where did you come from, man?
Oh, it's been, crazy, playing under the Friday Night Lights, just the atmosphere is out of this world,
And, what was it like preparing and knowing? Did you know you were going to start 2 weeks ago?
Well, Ethan got hurt in one of the games, and he ended up playing throughout the rest of the game, and, Coach made a decision he didn't need to play, so they told me then, I had the full week to prepare. So.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And what was that like finally getting, because you joined the Rebels this year, right?
Yes, sir.
And finally getting out on the field in Rebel Stadium or playing for the Rebels?
I mean, I was nervous at first, but, after that first snap, I was ready to go, ready to rock and roll.
And how comfortable do you now feel as a member of that offensive line?
Oh, I feel a lot better now. Yeah.
I feel good, too. Kick behind him.
And is he your snapper?
No. Caden Pierce or Chandler Conrad, my snapper, and then Peyton Todd's a holder.
But he's one of the guys that's in there on the field goal. And
yes, sir.
And you see how big extra points and field goal kicking special teams can be. Were you surprised at how big of an edge we had against Ouachita in that department?
I mean, we focus on it a lot. We say we got to catch some punts. I mean, Peyton does a good job scouting for punts because if you can catch his balls, then you can catch any punt. And then just knowing that we do our job on field goal and extra point, knowing that we have those either 1 or 3 points is very vital for any game. I mean, last year we beat Ouachita by 1, and that my extra point was 1 and 4. So
you're right. So how's that transition from soccer to football been?
I've loved every second of football.
And Sean, what do you think is going to be one of the keys against Natchitoches Central Friday night?
It's definitely going to be the offense. Being able to run the ball is going to be a big factor in it. So.
And, Coach, we've been able to run the football and stop teams from running, and that's something that wins football games.
Look, we always talk about it. You sit in the office and you come up with all these grand schemes and different things, that you're coming up with. And you want to try new stuff or whatever, but it always comes down to what happens up front. If you can block them, we can run the football. It opens up everything else. So
and certainly when you can stop the run too. Well, it's been
defensively when they can stop the run, we feel really good.
Well, you guys ought to be feeling really good heading into the final week of the season, regular season, and the playoffs. Guys, best of luck the rest of the year.
Thank you.
And thanks for being on the show.
Yes,
and Coach Bring, hang around. We're going to look at some of those highlights of Westmore's victory against Ouachita a little bit later on. Stay with us. We'll be back with more Inside Rebel Football right after this timeout.
When
there's things we can do to get you back on straight and true. Call Sam. Don't let it fall apart. Make that call, get a fresh start and call Sam.
Kilpatrick's provides guidance to create meaningful ceremonies to honor the life of your loved one. You'll receive exactly what you selected. Others may offer you one thing and provide another. Your family's interest is our first priority. We offer individualized services to fit any need. Kilpatrick's provides service, facilities, and prices second to none. Kilpatrick Serenity Gardens offers many beautiful settings.
Choose wisely.
Choose Kilpatrick's.
The Home Improvement Outlet keeps you building for less.
Right now at the Home Improvement Outlet, get all new GE appliances packed with refrigerator, freezers, oven, microwave in stainless or in black or white. The Home Improvement Outlet is your GE showcase dealer. Get 12 months interest-free financing or the no credit check option is available. We also carry major name brands like Frigidaire and Samsung. The Home Improvement Outlet can improve your home for less.
The Home Improvement Outlet keeps you building for less.
I'm sick and I need to see a doctor right away.
You don't want to sit and wait and wait and wait
and wait
to be worked in.
Hello?
At Sanson Family Medicine, you're welcome to make an appointment, but you don't need one. Walk-ins are welcome. From pediatrics to geriatrics, open 7 days a week.
I'm actually seeing a medical professional.
Sanson Family Medicine, 2309 Arkansas Road, West Monroe.
The Graduate Shop has been serving Northeast Louisiana schools for over 50 years. We provide the highest quality class rings, letter jackets, graduation announcements and accessories, as well as caps and gowns. The Graduate Shop enjoys celebrating special recognitions with our schools, especially when they win a state championship ring. We strive to provide the best service to our schools and families as they capture these special memories. The Graduate Shop, serving our community with quality graduation products.
Welcome back to Inside Rebel Football. We're switching over to defense now, and I thought we had him. I heard him on the radio earlier, Ron Macbeth, but Coach Dizer, what did you do? Bump him at the last minute?
He made a little audible call on us here at the last minute, so I'm gonna sub in for him tonight.
Hey, well, we're glad to have you anytime, Coach. But one of these days, we're going to get that elusive Ron Macbeth. Sooner or later. Well, Coach, a big victory against the Ouachita Lions. What stood out to you in that football game?
I think our kids just did a really good job of coming out and really getting after them from the very beginning. The first play of the game, offense goes down, puts a drive together and scores. Special teams comes right back, makes plays on special teams. And then the defense just carried that momentum throughout the game. So I think our kids just did a really good job of jumping on them early.
Well, I've got to ask you, did the ease which it seemed that the Rebels won that game surprise you at all?
A little bit. But again, we prepare as a football team, and we have a standard that we go through each week regardless of who we're playing. And that's just starting to pay off week to week. So, we're expecting a little more competition, but if we get it or not, it's not going to make a difference on how we prepare and how we execute during the game.
Well, sometimes when you're the underdog, the underdog, and I'm talking about the opposing team, they really get fired up and they have that initial surge in a game and they'll take the lead or make it really difficult. The Rebels, y'all the ones coming out, the favorites, and just dominate from start to finish.
Right, and that just goes to a testament to our coaching staff of holding our kids accountable and demanding greatness from them. Great execution, great preparation, and when our kids answers that call, you see it on Friday nights, and we're just dominating teams, but it's because of the execution that our players are putting in.
Well, they're executing at a high level, and speaking of those guys executing at a high level, you brought a couple of your players with you tonight.
We did. Tonight we brought senior defensive lineman Jesus Aguilar. Latavion McPhee is a junior, plays defensive back for us. Also plays receiver from time to time.
All right, well, guys, welcome to the show. And you ready for the rapid-fire questions?
Yes, sir.
Who's first?
I'll go.
All right, Jesus, we'll start with you. All right, just look at the camera with the red light and tell me when you're ready. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Toughest offensive lineman you face in practice?
Oh, it has to be one guy in my mind. It has to be T.J. Bush. Guy hits like a mule, and he's just hard when it comes to the scout, and it just blows my mind how much fight he has.
T.J. Bush. All right, favorite Halloween candy?
Has to be Starburst.
If you could play on any college team, where would you play?
I would play probably at the University of Miami because I've always loved Florida schools, but University of Miami comes to me as my favorite.
The Hurricanes. Eskimos or Orange Leaf?
I'm pulling my leg on that one, but I have to say Eskimos for sure.
All right, favorite Halloween memory?
Oh, dressing up as a Wizard of Oz. I was the Tin Man, and I was, going around houses and coming around with my bucket of candy, and I was painted all silver on my face, and they kind of said I was a cute Tin Man.
Wish I could have seen it. All right, thanks, Jesus. Latavion, you ready?
Yes, sir.
You go by Tay?
That'll be fine.
Okay, but don't look at my question. Now look at the camera. Now don't cheat on me now.
All right.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, headphones or earbuds?
Headphones.
Best wide receiver you faced?
CJ from Ouachita.
Cookies or brownies?
Cookies.
If you had intro music, what song would it be?
NBA Youngboy.
Favorite Halloween memory?
My little nephew was going trick-or-treating.
Last Halloween costume you wore?
Michael Myers.
All right, appropriate. Well, guys, thanks. Just had a little fun with that. Latavion, let me ask you, wide receiver, defensive back, which is it?
I'm defense.
Okay, well, what happened? I thought I saw you line up at receiver early in the season.
I was. Then I split my hand open, wasn't able to catch, and I moved back over to defense.
So defensive backs don't have to catch?
I mean, they do, but offense, you use your hand a little bit more.
If you're playing receiver, you have to catch it. You don't necessarily have to catch
swat it down.
DB. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So how's the hand, by the way?
It's good. I messed it back up a couple of times, but I'm back now.
You ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Playing at a high level?
Yes, sir.
And what's been the biggest adjustment for you moving from wide receiver to defensive back?
The physicality.
And which position do you like the most?
Corner.
Like the corner. Hey, Coach Dizer, you like to hear that, don't you?
Absolutely. The more corners we can get, the better we'll be.
Natchitoches Central, what do they do? Run it or throw it, Tay?
They do a little bit of both. They got little trick plays.
And what about their receiving core? They're pretty good?
Pretty fast.
And what's going to be the key Friday night at Rebel Stadium to stopping those guys?
Stand in front of them and watching where the ball is.
I got you. Were you surprised at seemingly how easy the Rebels defeated Ouachita the other night?
Not really.
Not really. Confident?
Yes, sir.
Put the work in, you expect to win?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I like that, Coach Dizer. I mean, that's exactly what you said.
That's it. Confidence in practice, and it carries over to the game.
All right, Tin Man. Tell me, man. What's it been like? Senior this year. You've been in the program how long now?
3 years now.
And what's it been like being a Westmore High School Rebel?
Oh, it's very fun. I actually enjoy every moment that I've ever had in on this team. Every time I come out there, practice, game, I enjoy coming out to learn under the guidance of Coach Arledge and all the other coaches that have come to one-on-one personally tell me what to do.
Well, you seem to be a fan favorite and certainly a favorite of your teammates. What's that like?
Oh, very fun. I just like to be, someone's friend every day and, have a joke, smile every day and let them know have a good day and, smile and tell them, what's been up. Talk to them.
In other words, building relationships, not so much, it's not all about, Coach, what you do on the football field. I mean, this is about relationships and that you're going to have from now on, really.
Right. And I think that's, our entire team's that way. I've had a chance to connect with Jesus in the locker room. Come to find out he's a Dallas Cowboy fan. So anytime I see him with the type of seasons they've been having, I'll give him a hug and, we'll share a little story.
Real
here
sympathy,
and there.
huh?
Yeah.
Well, Jesus, let me ask you, what's wrong with the Cowboys this year? What do they need to get them over the hump?
Quarterback, and especially a head coach.
Well, what about their new wide receiver, Amari Cooper? Is he going to help any?
Should open up because wide receivers have been a problem. And now we have a lot more depth. It could be a fun one now.
Okay, well, they've got a pretty good safety playing for the Cowboys, don't they?
Xavier Woods.
Yeah, I like that guy. And hopefully they'll make it to the playoffs. And since you're a Rebel now, you ought to contact Xavier, see if he can get you a couple of tickets.
That'd be nice.
All right, but we got to get to the Dome and get that taken care of first, right?
Business comes first.
All right, well, Tay, Jesus, thanks for being on the show. Best of luck in the regular season finale against Natchitoches Central. Coach Deiser, stick around because we'll look at some highlights when we come back with more Inside Rebel Football.
The Graduate Shop has been serving Northeast Louisiana schools for over 50 years. We provide the highest quality class rings, letter jackets, graduation announcements and accessories, as well as caps and gowns. The Graduate Shop enjoys celebrating special recognitions with our schools, especially when they win a state championship ring. We strive to provide the best service to our schools and families as they capture these special memories. The Graduate Shop, serving our community with quality graduation products.
Hey Louisiana, do you want a great deal? Talk to Jim Taylor.
He can make it real in a Chevy.
This Chevrolet Silverado is made of high-strength steel, not aluminum.
We start with a roll-formed steel pickup box floor that's stronger, lighter, and more durable than a traditional stamped steel bed. 9 cross members provide lateral support. Hydraulic body mounts enhance comfort while hauling, towing, and tackling rugged terrain. This technology is the newest revolution in tough.
See it for yourself at Jim Taylor Chevrolet in Rayville.
Lead the pack. Find new roads.
When you're down for the count and there's no way out, call Sam.
Call Sam.
'Cause there's things we can do to get you back on straight and true. Call Sam.
Sam.
Don't let it fall apart. Make that call, get a fresh start and call Sam.
Sanson Family Medicine, 32 of the best, most dedicated medical professionals in the area, assembled in a state-of-the-art medical clinic with in-house x-ray, lab, EKG, and more. We treat your whole family, from geriatrics to pediatrics, in their own building, and women's health from a woman's perspective. We treat everything, from sniffles to broken bones, from acute care to physicals and immunizations. Your complete clinic for the whole family, 7 days a week. Sanson Family Medicine, 2309 Arkansas Road, West Monroe.
Kilpatrick's provides guidance to create meaningful ceremonies to honor the life of your loved one. You'll receive exactly what you selected. Others may offer you one thing and provide another. Your family's interest is our first priority. We offer individualized services to fit any need. Kilpatrick's provides service, facilities, and prices second to none. Kilpatrick Serenity Gardens offers many beautiful settings.
Choose wisely.
Choose Kilpatrick's.
We're back inside Rebel Football. Guys, do y'all realize it's Halloween night?
It is Halloween.
Well, it was kind of spooky for the Lions. Speaking of Halloween, Coach Breen, 49-18. A lot of highlights offensively. It didn't take the Rebels long to get on the scoreboard.
No, we had a good game plan going in. We wanted to attack them down the field, and we did with Caden Pierce on the third play from scrimmage. So it worked out pretty well for us.
Well, I think we're going to see that play in a minute, aren't we?
I think we will. Might be the first one.
All right, well, let's see it.
All right, here we're talking about it's a third down play, and Caden Pierce is arcing out, and it's an old school West Monroe dump. If you want to look at it that way, he's like a tight end. He arcs out. He's supposed to block the outside linebacker on that play, and outside linebacker flies up. He goes right past him down the middle of the field. But if you'll watch the protection going on back there, the quarterback can sit back there all night. He could eat a sandwich and everything else, But, Caden does a good job. He catches the football. Of course, I did ask him why he didn't go off to the right and go ahead and score the touchdown.
He was looking for somebody to hit.
He was looking for somebody to hit, I'm sure. Now this is Cam. He's going to run a counter play. we put the counter back in this year. We hadn't ran it in a little while. Just the personnel issues and different things like that. We weren't able to do it this year. We're doing a really good job with the counter. You got TJ Bush and Caden Pierce. You know, they're pulling around. TJ's kicking out. Pierce is gutting in the hole. And, of course, to take it to the house. And Victor's got a hard down block on that play.
Well, we heard how good TJ was from Jesus.
Yeah. TJ's pretty good hand now. TJ's come a long way. This we got Garrett is going to throw to Jerry Day.
4th down.
This is 4th down and
long.
And long. But, you know, they're in man coverage. And, of course, the safety ends up getting back over the top. But Garrett makes a good throw, even though he tripped over the line. We was laughing at him during the film session there. He kind of tripped over the line as he threw the ball. But he makes a great throw. And Jerry Day, you know, he's come a long way. He's been so close to scoring a touchdown and, you know, finally got him one, which was a really good deal. Now, people have been watching West Monroe football for a long time. They've seen this play a bunches of times, okay? This is just straight inside veer. Quarterback reads the end collapses down. Strong safety steps up. He pitches off to him. We'd like him to pitch a little bit sooner than that. You know, we don't want him to get hit. But, you know, like him to pitch it just a little bit sooner. But, you know, there again, it's old school West Monroe football. This is Cam. This is a power read. Quarterback's reading the end on that side. And Charlie Norman, if you'll watch Charlie, he's the H-back on this play. Caden had to come out. And Charlie does a great job kicking that guy out. Of course, Cam does the rest of it. If you watch the receivers down the field, Michael Hamburg blocks 2 guys. You know, and the receivers down the field do such a good job on this kind of stuff. You know, they block all the time. They're all the time where we need them to be. And here again, old school. We're going to call it Tommy Banks football. We got a big fullback hitting the hole.
I remember those days.
Watch the pile move. You know, that's what Caden Pierce, you know. And then, of course, you got Blake Everett, Vic, Rylan Green up front with a great surge on that play. Here again, we're running another counter. You know, this play right here is a really good play for us because we got guys pulling, we got guys kicking out, we got guys gutting. And, you know, our kids are getting so good at seeing those holes. The running backs, Cam sees it so fast now. Sometimes he sees it before I do. Anyway, this is just an old school power play right here. This is all we're doing on this play is everybody's kicking out. We're pulling. We're going to gut through the hole. And I mean, old school football, you know, it's just power football. Cam does a good job. Of course, we're messing with him about not getting in the end zone. You know, you want to finish every play.
Well, you got to find something to get on to him about.
Hey,
you know,
it's going to be all the time. And here again, another old school option play. You know, if you watch our front guys up front, though, you know, none of this stuff is possible without our offensive line. They do such a good job.
You just kind of see the surge.
The surge is there. You know, everything's moving. They got 2 guys out there. The quarterback reads one. He's going to pitch off the other one. And, of course, you know, he just does a good job. All right, here we go. We got Charlie on the sweep right here. Now, this is actually a read play, and the quarterback should have kept the football. But that's Carson Jones at quarterback, you know, and he's got limited reps over there right now. But he's reading that in. The end went outside, so he realizes what just happened, so he's going to lead him through the hole, you know, and very unselfish football player. Carson Jones is a very unselfish football player. He's going to get out there and do what we need to do as far as the team goes, and then here he goes on this touchdown play. I told him he almost lost me some money, though, because I bet Coach Crislip the first time he carried the football he's going to score a touchdown, but it took him the second time.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
anyway, a little rusty, huh?
A little rusty, but he did a real good job. Aiden Swanner out there, Cascio, and on this next play. These are our young guys that are out there, but if you watch that, watch the defensive line. They're still going backwards.
Same result.
You know, the same result with our backup guys, you know, and they do such a good job. They get, you know, one thing I'm proud of as being a West Monroe Rebel is when you put a product out on the football field, even if it's your second or third string, it's so important that they can execute and do the things you want them to do. And I think we do a pretty good job of that.
Well, I think you're right when it comes to that. Coach Kaiser, we're going to switch over. Defense looked impressive. Basically gave up one play, I think, when the game was in hand.
Right. Defense did an outstanding job, and you'll see that on film here tonight. And it was really a dominated defensive performance by our front 7 guys. So you'll see plenty of plays from these guys here.
I don't think we've heard that before, have we, this year? Yeah, that's been a familiar theme. Well, take us through those highlights, Coach.
All right, first play here we're looking at, it's 1st and 5 after a penalty here.
This is their first offensive
This
possession.
is their first
They're down
offensive
14-0.
possession. They're down 14-0, first offensive possession. Right now they're trying to do a check with me on the sideline and get a play call in. Defense is doing a good job pre-snap of adjusting, getting in their gaps and things here. So right off the bat, number 94, Ethan Swarner. I mean, it's been the same story all year with this guy. I don't know if anybody blocked him yet. Andrew Gleason as well, getting off a block, redirecting and getting in on the play there. But Swarner's been doing an outstanding job all year, and it's carried over into the film room. He's really challenging the rest of the guys on the defense in the film room. So,
well, that's great to see. So they go from first and 4 or 5 to what now, second and long.
Right, now they're looking, they're behind the chains. They're second and long here. Trying to run an inside zone here a little bit, but Tanner Zorden, number 43, is able to fit in his gap and find the ball carrier as well as 58, Chandler Moncrief on the stop.
Good to see 58 back in the
Good to
ball
see
game.
him back, and he made some outstanding plays throughout this game, including this one here on a 3rd and long that we're going to see next. They're backed up 3rd and long, trying to get a play, some momentum going, trying to run a halfback screen, and Moncrief, the halfback, is his key, and he does an outstanding job of reading his keys and staying with the flow of the play. And I'm telling you, when he gets there in a hurry, and he gets there with a bad attitude. And we love to see that on defense. So
a bad attitude, huh?
It's just a good job to see him back on the field.
So 1st and 5, and they have to punt it.
They got to punt it, and they're going backwards, and that's what we want on defense, is that offense behind the chains and working backwards here. So 1st and 10. Again, just a good job up front by 99, Dalvin Hutchinson, beating his block, getting back inside of the hole. We're in the second quarter, so if that tells you anything, the offense had the ball one time in the first quarter. Washita's offense had the ball one time in the first quarter. So that's an outstanding job by special teams, offense, just all around football, all 3 phases.
I'll say.
Again, we're running, they're trying to run inside again, and that's pretty much not where you really want to run the football against us. And, again, it's number 99. He's just beating blocks and getting to the ball carrier there. Again, we got a little play action pass here. It's great pass rush number 1. We've got about 4 guys rushing the passer. And then it's Moncrief again. His key is the tailback, and anytime you see that ball going to the tailback, here comes 58. Again, he's getting there fast, and he's getting there with a bad attitude. Coming up here, it's about 2nd and 15. They're backed up again. And the defense right here, if you notice this offensive play, number 9, the running back for Washita, he's running east and west. Okay, he's running toward that sideline.
Trying to find a seam somewhere.
Trying to find a seam somewhere. And this is a great example of our string out drill. We just keep making that ball move east and west, and he ain't gaining any yards. He's not moving down the field. And before we know it, he's out of bounds. So he's probably got a 1-yard gain on there. That's an outstanding job of our defense as a whole.
Indeed.
Another inside run by Washita here. Again, you'll see us engaging blocks and then beating blocks and redirecting, getting to the ball. Number 92, Malcolm Moore. Dalvin Hutchinson again on the play. Like we said at the top of the show, this was a defensive-dominated game up front. The front 7 linebackers, D-line, I mean, they dominated this game here. 3rd down here, they're trying to get, something quick. They know that pressure's coming, and you can see the rush off the edge. He's got to get rid of it quick. He can't really set up and get an accurate pass in. Noby Harris on the coverage there is pretty decent. Pretty tight coverage on that play there. Backed up again on 2nd and long. We got Preston Crane coming off his block off the edge. He's sacking the quarterback there. The defensive line just all year has just made the secondary's job so much easier. And you got Dontrell Cobbs coming off the right edge. You got guys all over just chasing the quarterback. For that young sophomore kid, it's a lot to deal with.
Yeah, it was.
It's a lot
for the
to deal with.
Quarterback, yeah.
And you're starting to see it pay off when you see offenses bust plays like that. When they can't execute a simple handoff, there's somebody trying to get rid of that ball a little faster. Somebody's moving a little faster because they know that D-line's getting on them quick. So that's an outstanding job by everybody up front. Here we go, 2nd and short. Again, they're trying to run that ball inside, but you'll watch number 99 take on the block, carry the blocker with him, and tackle the running back.
With one arm.
With one arm. So, and that's for no gain. That's outstanding job by Dalvin.
And we're talking about a team with 2 1,000 rushers coming into the ball game.
Absolutely. And that's just a great testament to our defensive line coaches, just demanding that type of execution from our kids. And this is a 4th down play right here. Watch Charles just trying to get anything they can on that last play there, and Andrew Gleason was the guy on the sack on that play.
Big-time sack.
And here we go with a special teams play. This is early in the game. This is our first kickoff of the game after we go down and score. And Coach Ware does a good job of adjusting his kickoff to a sky kick and identifying the weakness on that, and we're able to recover the fumble there by Tanner Jordan getting down the field.
Reese said he put a little English on that thing.
He did. Reese has been working on that in practice. We did it today, so don't be surprised if you see a few little wrinkles on that kickoff.
I won't.
We're punting the ball here. We do a good job, one, of protecting the punt first. Then we got guys hustling down. You got about 5 or 6 guys down there uncontested, unblocked, and we got Caden Pierce on the fumble recovery. So this is a good job of protecting on the punt first, fanning out and getting downfield in your lanes, and then converging on the ball carrier and recovering the fumble.
And not a bad punt. I mean, a lot of height on that kick.
That's a dangerous weapon that we have as a punter that can put that ball up there for 5 to 6 seconds.
Speaking about Peyton Todd, well, guys, enjoyed those highlights, enjoyed the big win against Ouachita. Thanks for being on the show, and best of luck against Natchitoches Central Friday night.
Thank you.
We're going to take another break and be back with the head coach right after this timeout.
Your baby is precious. When she's sick, you want the best health care you can get for her. Bring her to Sanson Family Medicine. Our medical professionals really care about your child and do a lot more than just help make them well. We offer immunizations and physicals. We treat premature newborns, ADD and ADHD. We do EKGs, lab work, and x-rays, all in-house, and a lot more. But it's our people that make the difference. Open 7 days a week. Sanson Family Medicine, 2309 Arkansas Road, West Monroe.
Kilpatrick's provides guidance to create meaningful ceremonies to honor the life of your loved one. You'll receive exactly what you selected. Others may offer you one thing and provide another. Your family's interest is our first priority. We offer individualized services to fit any need. Kilpatrick's provides service, facilities, and prices second to none. Kilpatrick Serenity Gardens offers many beautiful settings.
Choose wisely.
Choose Kilpatrick's.
When you're down for the count and there's no way out, call Sam. Call Sam. 'Cause there's things we can do to get you back on the straight and true. Call Sam. Sam. Don't let it fall apart. Make that call, get a fresh start and call Sam.
Right now at the Home Improvement Outlet, get all new GE appliances packed with refrigerator, freezers, oven, microwave in stainless or in black or white. The Home Improvement Outlet is your GE showcase dealer. Get 12 months interest-free financing, or the no credit check option is available. We also carry major name brands like Frigidaire and Samsung. The Home Improvement Outlet can improve your home for less.
The Home Improvement Outlet keeps you building for less. Hey Louisiana, do you want a great deal? Talk to Jim Taylor.
He can make it real in a Chevy.
At Jim Taylor Chevrolet, the Chevy Silverado is the right tool for the job to get tools to the job, big or small.
With plenty of cargo room, extended cab, towing capacity of 13,000 to 14,500 pounds, available easy lift and lower tailgate, and a 6-liter V8 engine.
You won't work harder, you'll work smarter. See your success with Jim Taylor Chevrolet in Rayville.
Build something unique. Find new roads.
The Graduate Shop has been serving Northeast Louisiana schools for over 50 years. We provide the highest quality class rings, letter jackets, graduation announcements and accessories, as well as caps and gowns. The Graduate Shop enjoys celebrating special recognitions with our schools, especially when they win a state championship ring. We strive to provide the best service to our schools and families as they capture these special memories. The Graduate Shop, serving our community with quality graduation products.
Welcome back to Inside Rebel Football. We get ready to wind up Week 10. And Coach,
Week 9.
We're looking ready for Week 10.
Okay.
I think it is. That's the way I look at the show anyway. Week 1 was heading into week 1, and week 10 is kind of heading in. If that's okay with you,
that's
if
fine.
not, I'll
That's
change
fine.
it. Whatever
You're
say,
the
we'll
judge.
do.
You're the judge.
Hey, but I guess my point I was getting at was it's Halloween.
And it's flown by.
It has flown by.
But when you're having fun, it goes by in a hurry.
What kind of fun do you have on Halloween, by the way? Just out of curiosity. Or do you just coach nonstop?
You know, Saturday night, we live so far back down in the woods, we never have a trick-or-treater. We got a long driveway through the woods.
I've been there.
And they're scared to get there at night.
We need to bring
and I got
a
a
group.
few ghosts hanging from the trees.
We need to bring a whole group of folks, maybe some football players one year, and trick-or-treat at your place.
Well, we usually go to Rob's.
Okay.
And the trick-or-treat with his children.
Okay.
And he's in the neighborhood that you can just walk it. You don't have to bring in trailers and four-wheelers and all that. But I tell you what, I live in Indian Lakes, and it is a hassle.
Yeah, I understand. A lot of hills and a lot of walking in Indian Lakes. Well,
yeah.
You know, we talked earlier in the show about stopping the run. And not only have we been able to stop the run, we've given up, I think, as a defense, 466 yards rushing as a team. But we've rushed for almost 2,400 yards.
Ooh.
That's amazing.
It is amazing.
The difference.
Yeah. Well, we really felt like if Andrew could come back off of that knee surgery that he had, and to me, one of the funny things has to be Swanner, Ethan Swanner. You know, he in the spring when we went through spring training, we knew we had to replace the entire offensive line. So I asked Ethan, would you go over and work on offense this spring in case we need you? And at that time, he weighed probably about 275, maybe 280. He kind of looked like an offensive lineman. So when spring training is over, he immediately goes on a diet.
Why?
So when he says, I'm going to be too little to play offense now.
I love it.
He lost down about 25 or 30 pounds, and it made him just so much quicker. And his endurance, and now he's like a big old cat now. I mean, he moves.
Well, whoever moved him back to the defensive line looks like a genius.
Yes, I am.
Hey, and by the way, is Andrew all the way back? Because if he's not, that's scary.
I think he is. You know, it just takes a long time to trust that leg. And as I understand it, I've never had an ACL surgery, but those that have had it, a lot of the times they take part of that patella tendon, and a lot of it is where they have removed part of that tendon from the bone, and that gives them a lot of pain, evidently.
I see.
But I think he's satisfied to the point that he's back fully.
He certainly looks the part.
Of course, Dalvin Hutchinson, he saw Ethan Swanner, and he goes on Swanner's diet, and he loses about 20 or 25 pounds. And it just helped both those kids. Carrying around that excess weight, they were not as quick. They didn't have the endurance. But now they're two tush hogs in there.
Are they ever? And then old Malcolm Moore just keeps getting better.
Well, that's right. That's right. And Malcolm really does. Does a great job with his hands, and he is really a good football player. Then you throw in Cole Sullivan, who up to this point in time, I guess it happens to some of those seniors. He realized, hey, I can be a pretty good football player.
What do y'all say? The light comes on?
The light comes on. Someone flipped that switch, and he's really been a great asset for us this year. Really has.
And of course, we talked about those linebackers, how well they played. But your defense, where does it rank, Coach? Or do we still have to wait till the end of the season?
Let's wait till the end of the season. But right now, probably as good of a front six as we've ever had.
Well,
that says a whole lot.
Boy, that says a lot. Special teams were really special against Ouachita last Friday night.
Well, we work as always things that we certainly need improvement on. We're still searching for someone that feels comfortable fair catching a football on a punt. Little Hamburg's gotten pretty good at picking it up on about the second or third roll or bounce.
It reminds me of Xavier Woods.
Well, Xavier could probably catch it a little bit better.
Well, okay, but he used to love to pick it up, though.
Yeah, and I mean it's effective once he gets the hands on the ball. Our kickoff return has been real good. Of course, the offensive people handle that. Punt team has been really good. I don't think, have we had one blocked? I don't remember having one blocked this year.
I don't think so.
First, that's where it all begins, is a good snap, good protection, and then get down that field and cover. And what allows us to be able to cover is the hang time. And little sophomore.
6'4".
Well, he's not too little, is he?
No, he's not too
little.
little.
But he's really got a great leg and gets great hang time on the ball.
Did I hear you say he might be playing on Sundays?
He has that ability.
Wow.
To be a punter. Yes, he does.
Amazing.
Peyton Todd. And, the thing about it is the ball usually turns over, and when that ball turns over, the point is coming down, and it's coming down like a bullet, and it's hard to catch. We have trouble. We haven't found anybody that can catch it in practice, so we work on it too. But, yeah, he's quite a weapon.
Well, special teams have been special this year. Coach, as we get ready for Natchitoches Central, how things look this week?
Well,
early game, by the way.
That's right. We wanted to move the game up so we could have a wet ball game, and really, I wanted to give the guys another day after this season to get ready for the playoffs. Thought it would be a good idea, and we called Natchitoches Central coach, principal, and they were in favor of it, and everybody at our school, band, everybody concerned, they were okay with it. So we said, let's do it.
Short week. Have the Rebels had any problems this week getting ready?
No. We it's really been a short week with one work day, but at this point in time in the season, it's okay.
Not a problem.
It's good.
Everybody good to go this week?
Pretty much so. Pretty much, yeah. Ethan Boyer's still hobbling around, and will probably not play this week.
Oh, Sean McDonald's fielding well. He was on the show tonight.
Sean has done a very good job for us, and filling in for him surely has.
So you feel pretty good Friday night?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, feel real good.
All right.
Ready for tomorrow night to get here.
All right. Well, Coach.
Well, it's tonight, isn't it?
It is tonight.
It is tonight.
We're taping on Wednesday, but the game will be on Thursday night. Yeah. Don't miss it, folks. And if you have to, just tape the show.
Tape it, that's right.
And watch it a little bit later. Congratulations on an outstanding win, your 89th straight district win against the Ouachita Lions, and best of luck against the Chiefs at home Thursday night.
Thank you, Jim.
All right,
appreciate
Coach,
you.
For the head coach of the Rebels, Jerry Arledge, I'm Jim Norris saying so long. We'll see you next week.